Right, just when you think that Dyson can't possibly do it again, they do it again with some crazy new innovation. You may or may not have heard about this yet. Launched a couple of weeks ago. But yes, here we have the Dyson Pencil Vac Fluffycones. So here are the Fluffycones on the head, and here is the pencil vac part of the vacuum cleaner, and that's actually all there is to it. That goes into that, and that's it. So essentially, what they've done here is they've created what they call the world's slimmest vacuum cleaner. It's about the same diameter as a Dyson supersonic hair dryer, or and the Dyson Airwrap. The handle on that is a similar diameter as well. So yeah, about 30 mils wide, which is nice and comfortable to hold. Very, very light as well. The whole thing weighs under 2 kilos, which is pretty crazy. So it's essentially a broom with superpowers in many ways. So it's for hard floors. And there's a lot of innovation going on here. We'll come to the head shortly, but first let's just have a quick look at the dustbin here. So yeah, if you see that, I've been using it a bit, as you can see. And what happens is the debris ends up the top here, because it's basically with the fastest motor that Dyson's ever created. It's pushing the air up the dustbin, and it actually pushes all the debris up there as hard as it possibly can. And that has, not only does that mean that although it's not a very big dustbin, you might be surprised at how long you can vacuum for before you need to empty it, because everything's squashed up there. And it also means that when you come to empty it, there's sort of less dust because it's all packed in. But we'll come to that soon enough. So obviously there's a control here. There's also a button for pairing this device because, yeah, believe it or not, this will pair with the My Dyson app. And from there you can see things like how much charge is left, what condition the filters are in. You'll get notifications if it's time to clean it and empty it and that sort of thing, from that app as well. And of course the power button on there as well. So yeah, that's sort of the vacuum cleaner part of it. But here, let's get back to the Fluffycones head. So these have been cleverly designed to be as zero tangle as possible. So Dyson's been doing things with cone-shaped brushes on their heads for a while now. And basically what they've discovered there is that means that if there are any long hairs, they, instead of being tangled around, they'll work their way down to the end of the cone. And because it's sort of ribbed at the end, it sort of turns it into just sort of a fluffy ball, which you can then vacuum up pretty easily. Don't quite know why they didn't put them around the other way and have them going into the middle and then straight up, but most of the time it works that way anyway. You also get this sort of edge to edge cleaning. Do you see how the brushes actually go just past the edge of the head there? And so if you're like me, you're a pretty vigorous vacuumer, and after a while, if you're vacuuming against your skirting boards all the time, apart from the fact that you never can get right up against the skirting board and you usually have to take the head off and get a brush on there to do it properly, you just end up with marks in the paintwork on the skirting boards all around your house. So this not only will probably help stop that happening, but it definitely does pick up everything from the edges as well. We'll go and test that out in a minute. And even if something does get really wedged in there somehow, you've got something odd on the floor, you can just take this little protective bar off and free that out. But yeah, really cool because it's not just one set of rollers, it's two set of rollers rolling in both directions. The whole thing is designed to be able to be used in any direction, and as you can see, that folds right down flat, so you'll get under things to a degree. Dyson makes a big noise about that, but yeah, we'll have a look at that in a minute as well. Just one more thing to show you before we demonstrate this device. Here is the combination crevice tool that it also comes with. So yeah, this brush that can actually come off altogether, or obviously it can fit on the end of that tool, and then that just, whichever way around it is, there we go. that just fits on the end of the brush. So yeah, that means that you can really reach up and use this just like you would with a broom or something, except when you're getting those cobwebs and spiders down, they're not falling down on your head because they're going in here. So yeah, it's pretty useful. Anyway, let's fire it up, see if it's up to the challenge. Okay, so we've got this mysterious thing that happens with dust in your house. It gets under the couch somehow, doesn't it? And although it's a bit hard to see under there at the moment just how dusty it is under there, we're going to roll that back and have a look. But one thing I wanted to show you while we're here is this shelf unit over here, also pretty dusty underneath. And unfortunately, the height of this shelf is just a little bit too low for the pencil vac to get all the way under. Turn on, and you see we've got the double LEDs on the Fluffycones head, so you really can use this device any which way, very manoeuvrable. Now the head itself does fit under the edge of that shelf quite easily, but no matter how flat it goes, it needs to be another 10 mils or so lower still to get under there. And if I just turn this off for a minute so you can hear me, I did wonder if they had only made the handle come down this way, sort of between the Fluffycones, if they would have just got that little bit more clearance. But you see, I'm really getting nitpicky here, because look how maneuverable this thing is. You can literally turn it all the way around 360 degrees and it keeps going. There aren't too many other vacuums out there that you can do that sort of, have that sort of maneuverability, and will go under as far as that one does. But anyway, let's have a look and see what's going on under this couch, and what those LED lights are going to show us. Right, so there you go. We've moved the couch out now, and it doesn't really look that bad, does it? How dusty is it really underneath that couch? Well, let's turn on the pencil vac Fluffycones and find out. Oh, just one other thing. Hey, Dyson engineers, if you're listening, can I have controls on both sides of the handle next time? Because you do tend to use this thing both ways, and you keep losing track of where that control actually is. But anyway. Now, can you see this? Look at all that dust. You can see it from both sides. But, and dog fur, look at that. And now it's just gone. And we're going to have that cleaned up in no time. Look at the dust and fur. The dog sheds so much here, and it all ends up underneath the couch. So this is the stand, the charging stand, that the pencil vac Fluffycones fits into. And as you can see, it's got this little bracket for the crevice tool to sit on. So that's great. But if I had one little criticism, it's the Dyson, it'll only go in that way. Oops. There you go, that's gone. Because that holder just slides in there. It doesn't sort of clip in there. Wish it would clip in there. Maybe I could glue it. Anyway, what I was going to show you is the Fluffycones are going to only go in that way. It can't go in that way. It doesn't work. So although this is a 360 degree thing, you've got to be careful about which way you do it. I'm not sure if that's a design flaw or there's a reason for it. There'll be a reason for it. Knowing Dyson, there'll be a reason for it. Let's just take that away, open up the bin, and take this head off so I can show you that what you've got down here, if you can just look down here, there's a little valve that they designed which has to actually work in both ways. It's got to work that way when the vacuum's sucking, because all that high pressure air is pushing all the debris up the dustbin, and then it's got to close this way to keep everything shut so no dust falls out when you don't want it to. But then when you empty it, which they call the injection system of emptying it, so as you can see, you just slide that down like a sleeve, and now all the debris is in this part, and then look at that, you just push it out like that. Isn't that fantastic? And out it goes. You don't have to touch anything. There's no dust. It's totally clean and it's in the bin. Fantastic.